Hello, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. It's time for Taroscopes. Again, we're going to be doing the Taroscopes for the sign of Sagittarius. That's Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the month of November 2024. And of course, November, Sagittarius is one of your months. The Sun moves into your sign this month. So that is sort of your birthday month, perhaps, if you're a Sagittarius. That's always fun. So I wanna, before I get into discussing some of the astrology and doing the reading, I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Welcome to this wonderful group of like-minded souls, really good people. You're going to enjoy being here. And for my tried and true, thank you for all your support over all these years. You know who I'm talking to. I really love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. And I have been toying with the idea of having a channel, part of the channel that's like a pay thing, which is still having a channel, only there's a pay portion. Because I've wanted to share my teaching, but I feel like it takes a lot of time, and I need to find a way to have the time that it takes, which I love doing. So it's not even it's not a problem for me to do it, but it does take a lot of time. And so I decided I was going to do some sort of pay a thing on the channel. So I just want to let you know that that's coming. I don't really know what I'm doing, so it's going to be very interesting to see how I do this. And that's going to probably roll out in January. So you can keep your eyes peeled for that if you like. So I'm gonna use the Hermetic deck for you guys. I don't think I've ever used it for you. I love this deck, but I don't know if I've ever used it for Sag. And so while I'm shuffling, I'll talk a little bit about the astrology. So as a Sag, you're a Jupiter ruled sign. Jupiter just went retrograde last month. So now it's moving backwards in the sign of Gemini. So when a planet moves retrograde, it oftentimes sort of points in the direction of the opposite sign that it's in. And with Sagittarius in Gemini retrograde, it's actually pointing in the direction of Sagittarius. And so this is, although your ruling planet is moving backwards, I think it's actually a really good time to access your wisdom, especially your wisdom from previous experience, maybe even previous incarnations. Um, Sometimes you're just born good at stuff. And how does that happen, right? It's because you still have that vibrational stream from another lifetime where you did it or you were good at it. So, and if we access those streams and we allow our sort of inner compass to lead us in the direction of where we vibrate best, where we can be our best selves, as it were. Um, we become our best selves. And that's exactly what we need right now. We need to consciously sort of move away from this scenario that's being shown to us and say, what do I want to feel in my own heart? What is it that I want to create? What kind of world would I love to see? And through the vision of that, you attract the opportunities that can bring that even into further growth. Um, so this is going to be a good month for you, I think, even with Jupiter going retrograde. Pluto is moving forward now, and it will be out of Capricorn, which is it has been well, I don't know if it's been particularly difficult for Sag, but I know that, because Pluto went through Sag already, so they know all about that. But um it's still, it's all been very challenging, but it's going to go into Aquarius, and that's going to feel better for you. It's going to feel better for you because air and fire uh, interact with each other, brings out our curious nature, and it's more about like the idea of like spreading knowledge to all kinds of people, right? As opposed to the Aquarius, the water bearer pours out the water. It's the water of knowledge that they're pouring out, and that goes on everybody equally, right? Everybody equal, and then raises all boats, right? So that's the energy of Aquarius, and that's very much more of an energy, I think. Sorry about this computer. I don't know what's going on with it. Hold on a second. I have another trick. It worked. See? Okay, so what was I talking about? Pluto. So it's going to feel better when it goes back into Aquarius for you. Um, we have a new moon on the 1st. It's in Scorpio. Scorpio is your 12th house. One of the reasons why you're so psychic is because you have Scorpio in that 12th house. So new moon in the 12th house can be maybe a new guide comes in like that. It's a very powerful new moon, and it's a very powerful full moon because the full moon is in Taurus and it's conjunct Uranus. And the new moon is, I believe, there's configuration. I know there's a great, oh yes, I know there's a kite. The new moon has a kite, of which is the new moon. The new moon's not part of the kite, but the rulers of the new moon are part of the kite, and that's Mars and Pluto, which will be opposing each other when we have the new moon in Scorpio. So that's really powerful. That's really powerful. And kites, people who have kites in their chart get a lot done. Things get done. There's movement and it's purposeful. Uh, Along with this sort of need to, there's things are going to move, things are moving, like things are, you're going to be like, whoa, they actually were able to do that. Like that's what it's going to feel like. Um, and that's with that new moon. And for you, it's like all your guides are like getting in line and they're getting their positions for the big, right? Um, and then the full moon would be happening in your 6th house. So you do watch your health. Watch your health, watch your stomach, things like that. The moon deals with stomach with Uranus there. So just watch your health with that. Okay. What else? What else? What else? I'm trying to think. Saturn goes direct. Saturn goes direct on the 15th. It's in Pisces. It's square your Sagittarius, so it's never and Saturn and Pisces, even in itself, can be difficult because Saturn's about structure and Pisces about dissolution. So that Saturn and Pisces time there's a certain amount of like things washing away before things get rebuilt, right? So there's that energy still. And I think that's all I want to say. I do want to mention that we're in 11/2024 is a 19/1 vibration. Did I say this already? I might not have said it. I might have said it in the other one. But it's important. It's an important month to pick a direction and go in it, right? And it could be something different than you're doing now, but it's about planting an intention. And then it's also about writing out because there's lessons here. It's a karmic debt number. And the United States is in that personal year itself. So it's a karmic debt number for the United States, and November becomes a karmic time for the United States. And of course, we have the election, so that's probably part of it. Okay, so your cards, Five of Wands. I actually, so far this is the second one I've done. I've only done, what did I do two? No, this is the second one I've done. And you both had this card, the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is partisanship, perhaps. It's called the Lord of Strife. It's arguments, right? But it's a five. So it's an argument that kind of has a point. And from that argument, we can create something new. So it's a cantankerous energy to a certain extent, but it is an energy where we can actually benefit from what comes out of it, as long as it doesn't just remain just like people banging each other over the head. There has to be a purpose to it. It's crossed by the Princess of Cups. This is the Princess of the Palace of the Floods. Yeah, that's what she's called. How about that? And that's crossing. So we have fire and then water crossing. That's some sort of initiation. The Princess of Cups is the good news, good news, good news coming, good news coming. Somebody offers somebody a cup, a healing. Underneath it, I get the Ten of Wands, which is feeling overwhelmed, overburdened. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're holding a lot of burden. I think what this looks like is the question here is, with all the strife in the world and with your propensity to want to heal that, it's become too much. It's actually too much for you. Let's see what's in the past. Abuse of power, having to watch the abuse of power, having to bear witness to it. That's in the past. Or having maybe experienced an abuse of power is in the past. In the sky, we have the Empress. This is creative visualization. This is the feminine, the divine feminine, the mother, the creatrix, the mother goddess in the sky. The goddess is with you. Fertility, fecundity, prosperity is above you. We have the Nine of Swords in the immediate future. Mars in Gemini. This is it can be in other decks it's anxiety, but in this deck it's a little bit more even. There's a sense of having to bear, or not having to, but bearing witness to cruelty. And the mind, so much in the mind, so much energy in the mind. You're not sleeping, you're anxious. How it's seen from outside of yourself. The star. Star. Hope. Hope. Domestic situation. The Six of Wands. That's good. That's good. So we have victory at home. Balancing of the scales of sorts. even a celebration. Hopes and fears, the Three of Wands. This is about sending out your light. The Lord of established strength. That Three of Wands is very sure of themselves. There's a surety. That is you. The Princess of Pentacles, a new project, the outcome, a new project, message, maybe a message about a new project. Maybe you're being offered something to be maybe part of something or create something. Let's see if we can get any major arcana. So Three of Cups. I don't think you might be doing with other people, right? You might be doing it with other people. The Three of Swords, which is about heartbreak. And the Nine of Cups, getting your wishes. Okay, no major arcana. Justice. Lover's choice. And the Ten of Cups, to choose happiness, to choose love. Balancing the scales and choosing love. Balancing the scales and choosing love. I think what these cards are saying is that while we're going through some really challenging times right now, and as a Sagittarius, you care about these things, you care about humanity, you care about the world. You know, I mean, you're not one of these people who says, whatever happens out there, I don't care, it ain't bothering me. That's not you. That's not Sagittarius. Sagittarius has a breadth of vision. And all of what we're seeing is just like, you're like, come on, people, can't we get over this? And so there's still more of that. We're not quite out of that energy yet. And I think the challenge for you is to not let it harm you in the way that it could, because you're a sensitive person, because you want to do what's best, because you want to do your due diligence. There are people depending on you in one way or another, right? So, and also know that you don't have to do it on your own. You don't have to be doing this all by yourself. You don't have to carry the burden all by yourself. Hmm. Underneath it is happiness and justice and choices, and maybe even some love. Lovers can be love. Woohoo. All right. So, I did want to pull a oracle card, but I don't have any oracle decks next to me. But I did have my hold on a second. I just gotta do something. I can't do two things at once. I'll shut my computer off. Um, Crystal Ally cards. So I want to pull a Crystal Ally card for you, Sag. This is a crystal that you can work with if you have one. And some of these crystals are expensive and some of them aren't. So hopefully it's one that you have, or that's, $1 or $2 to pick up at the store. If not, you can always get a picture of the crystal. Just look at it. It works that way as well. So we're gonna pick a Crystal Ally card. So as I said, a lot of these are simple crystals that you can get that are easy to get. Some of them aren't. And if you can't do I had to take a phone call, so I might have already said all this. Um, you can always just look at a picture. You'll still get the vibration. You can use your imagination. Imagine that crystal is in your hand. See what that feels like. Call on the name of the crystal and see how it vibrates in your body. Sodalite, the journey, the journey. Sodalite is very easy. It's about $1. I think a little piece will cost you $1, maybe $2. So it's pretty common. You probably already have it if you're a rock hound like myself. Um, but it is a throat chakra stone. The throat chakra is where we co-create from with spirit through vibration. Um, God created through vibration, and we do the same thing. And how do we vibrate? We vibrate with our speech, what we say, right? But also what we do beyond what we say. And if we can say what we truly, truly mean to say and feel to say and know to say without worrying about what other people will say. Powerful. But it is about a journey. So you could be going on a journey. You could be going on a journey. Be safe. This is a good stone to take on journeys. If you you want clear. It's like it's sort of like the metaphysical, like St. Christopher medal kind of thing. I usually keep a piece of sodalite in my purse or in my bag, like if I go see my mom or something. I'll throw some sodalite in. I just feel safer when I'm traveling with it. It's traveler's stone. So it helps to ease any inconveniences along the way. No inconveniences with sodalite. So it's a really cool stone. So that is what it looks like for November. So please take care of yourself. We're in intense times. I don't have to tell you that. Um, if you know a Sag who can benefit from this reading, pass it on, pass it on. And I look forward to seeing you again next month for the Taroscopes for December. Maybe I'll have a Christmas tree behind me that day, or I could put some on the tree of life, like a Christmas tree of life. Oh, I think I just came up with a new project. We'll see how I do on that one. Okay. Have a great month, guys. Please take care of yourselves. I love you. I love you. Namaste.